This is just going to be a short video about Spriter showing how to create a rigged character that can walk and perhaps do other things as well. So we're going to start by making the folders. I'm going to make a folder just on the desktop for the purpose of this video, but you can make it wherever you want. Okay, so I've got mine there. I'm going to call that Ninja because it's a ninja we're making. You can download these files from the G drive, but I'm going to copy that into there, and then I'm going to extract from this zip file. If you don't have a program to unzip it, then you may need to just download the images one by one. Okay, so I've unzipped that, and I'm going to delete that. I'm actually going to move the files so they're not in that subfolder. Right, so basically, made that harder than it should have been, but basically what you want to have is all the images in a single folder. Okay, and then we start Spriter.
Resuming Spotify.
Alexa, stop. Yeah, I don't know why Alexa kicked in there, sorry. So we're going to start Spriter. And I'm going to go to File, New Project, say OK. I'm going to go to my desktop and choose Ninja and select that. And if you do it correctly, what should happen is I pull this bar down here on the right, we should be able to see all the graphics. And the first bit is reasonably straightforward. You just want to construct your character, so I'm going to drag in the body parts. You can zoom in if you want with the middle mouse button, which I'm going to do, and you can drag by clicking the middle mouse button. That should be like in Unity. Okay, I'm going to drag this part on. Now that part should be behind the body, so what you do is in the Z order, you just change it by dragging. Okay. So upper leg. Notice I'm using the same legs twice. Okay. You can rotate like that. To change the default pivot point in Spriter, if you double click on the graphic and you can just click, and that's a bit small there, but you can click where you want it to be. So I want the pivot point to be near the top middle where it would be on that. It doesn't actually matter for once you've rigged it, but for the now, for rotating, it does matter. So anyway, so I'm going to put the legs in and I'm going to rotate them out so it's easier for me to see where they should be. Just keep in mind that really legs should not be totally separate. They should be kind of overlapping, because if you think about the way it is in real life, they are overlapping. Now, I want that leg to be in front, I think, so I'm going to move that one down. And I want that one to be behind. So you notice I'm moving the Z order around, so there's a front and back one. So position them as well as you can. There's no definite right or wrong with this. And then I'm going to add the lower leg in. And rotate that one out. Notice I'm rotating, by the way. See that white dot there? That lets you rotate. And I'm going to add that one in again. And again, you may want to mess about with the Z order, because you probably want one of these to be underneath. Okay, so if you swing this leg forward, it goes on top of that one. Let's just test that. Right, so that is wrong. So it should be that leg that's down there and that one that's up here. Let's see. Right, so yeah, so that's on top. So we've got those legs lined up. So we've got legs now, same with the arms. Let's add some arms on. And add two of them. I'm going to change the pivot point by clicking near the top middle. We've got upper arm, lower arm. Right, so notice the hand is joined on in this case. Right, so I'm going to stick that one up there and pivot it out. It's easier to have them kind of It's easier to have the arms kind of all spread out for when you're adding the bones, which we're going to do in a minute, so that's partly why I'm doing this. Again, you can set the pivot if you want to be more correct. Okay. And I'm going to put that one behind, so don't go too long. Right, okay. And now for this one, you may want to flip this around. The trick to flipping the arm or flipping any graphic is on the X scale or the Y scale. If you give it a minus value, it flips it round. I'm not really sure if I should flip it there or not, to be totally honest, but I don't know. I've done it anyway. You don't necessarily need to do that, but I've done it. So okay, make sure though you play about the Z order, so this one here should be, this one here should be behind the body, you see. So if I do that, it's behind. Okay. Now you'll notice let's add the head on actually before we do much else. It's always good to have a head. And the head should probably be there in the Z order so that the front arm can go in front but the back one's behind. Okay, and lastly for now we want feet. Where is my feet? I am missing feet. Oh, there it is. There's a foot and there's another foot. Let's pivot it from there. Okay, so there's our guy in. Now we want to create the bones. Now the trick to creating the bones is hold down Alt. So I'm going to hold down Alt and draw a spine. And yes, I'm drawing, I suppose, probably most people think the spine would go from the top down, but it works better to do it this way in this. Now that is, everything should really be linked to that, and this is the bit people mess up. See how that is highlighted in orange? Make sure when you do the bones that come off it that's highlighted. So while that's highlighted, hold down Alt and draw a little bone here for the head so we can nod the head. And then click back in that one before we add the ones for the arms. So let's draw a bone here for the arm and one here for this one. Notice this one is joined on to this one, which is joined on, and that one is joined onto this. That one is joined on to the spine. But this is the trick, before you do the other arm, make sure you click back in there and draw that one, and then draw that one. And again, this one's slightly different because of this torso here, so I'm going to do a bone just for the torso. And then that one should have been linked to that, so let me just check that. Yep, it is. Okay, if you rotate the spine, everything else should rotate, and if it doesn't, there's something wrong. Now, while that one's highlighted, again, I'm going to draw the one for this bone, for this leg, and then another one for there, and then finally one for the foot. Make sure you click back on the torso bone here, and draw this bone, and this bone, and then do the foot. Okay, now that is the bones in place, but we need to assign it now, and the button is B for bone. So to attach this bone to the head, we click on it, hold down B, click on the head. To attach the spine, hold down B, click on the body, to attach the body. If you do have multiple graphics you're attaching to one bone, you can do that by holding down B and clicking on more than one graphic. Click on that, hold down B, click on the graphic, click on the bone, hold down B, click on the torso. So I'm going through just clicking, holding down B and clicking again. So click on the foot bone, hold down B, click on the foot, clicking the bone, hold down B, clicking the foot. You've got to do every single bone and so on. And if you do it right, if I move this bone by grabbing it, the whole character should move, which it is. Okay, I'm going to move this down and actually put it up onto the ground. Okay, you should notice now that if you move the bones, the arm moves. Okay, same with this. Okay. A trick is if you hold down Control and highlight two bones, and then the final bone hold down Shift, you can move them both together, right? So, I like it. Okay, so yeah, so everything seems to be working for this guy. Yeah, I think I did that hand the wrong way around. I don't think you should do the -1 in that. Bad plan. Right, I'm going to change that scale back to 1. Yeah, I think that's better. I am going to save at this point. So I got to File and Save Project, and I'm going to call it Ninja. Saved constantly with Spriter, it does crash. Right, if you do a move like that, by the way, just hold down Control Z and undo it right away. To rotate, by the way, you have to click on the bone you want to rotate and then find that little arrow, that wee rotation arrow, and then you can rotate. Okay, I wouldn't rotate the torso too much, to be honest, because it doesn't look quite right there to see that. I would actually maybe suggest that before you do your animation, you actually maybe move that up a bit, to be honest. So I'm going to actually move that thing up to overlap a little bit more than it does. Okay, right, I'm quite happy with the guy now. I'm going to save project again, and that is the character rigged. Then we can now create our first animation.